is going live on Zoom as well as on Facebook Watch Party. We are delighted to have with us here our special guest of the day, Mr. Romi Verdera from New York. Romi is a 6A12-6. And Romi has a lot of things to share with us today, and we are all looking very excitedly to his share, Romi. And Romi, are you ready to come on the air?
Yeah, let's give a big round of applause to welcome our guest speaker for today, Mr. Romi Verdera, 6A12-6. Our traditional welcome.
Is Romi here? Romi, you have to turn on your sound.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yes, good morning. Go ahead and share, Romi.
Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Okay. Okay, you want me to start now?
Yes,
you can.
Go ahead.
Okay. I do this Zoom to like different groups around the world. So I do not know how many from the viewers today are familiar with me, but I'm Romi Verdera, and I started this Kangen business. I joined 15 years ago. So I've been with Kangen for a long time, 15 years, you know. And when I started Kangen 15 years ago, there wasn't much happening all over the world. It started in Japan, and then Mr. Oshiro brought it to California, set up an office there, set up an office in New York, and that's where I was recruited. Okay. And at the time, before I joined Enagic, I was running out of money. I was so broke. I was doing real estate in Florida, and some hurricane occurred. That was Charlie Hurricane in 2005, and it devastated my real estate business. And I'm looking for something to do. And then my friend JB invited me to California. He said, Romi, why don't you go to California, fly down here from New York, and the owner of the company will come here, present the business. So I flew. I attended the meeting. It was a Japanese meeting. I did not understand. I did not understand like much, you know, because they were translating some of it. But most of the people that attended the meeting were Japanese, some Orientals. I can't remember seeing any white person there at the time. So it was a small operation. The office in New York was run by one manager and one secretary, and that was it. We had no business yet in Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, nothing. So when I attended that meeting, all I understood was the water works and the distributors are making money. And I needed to make some money, so I have nothing else to do. I figure maybe I'll try it, you know. I flew back to New York. I bought my machine on installment, on payment plan. That like I really don't have the money to pay the machine. So I was forced to make sales so I could make the monthly payment, you know. And then the compensation plan was explained to me. And right away, I started doing the demo that my upline showed me, my upline JD. At the time, if you go on the internet, there were no information, almost nothing about Kangen, almost nothing about Enagic. We don't have the YouTube videos, all those things that we have today. There was nothing. I saw some Japanese website, you know, but there was very little information. So the only tool that I saw available that I could use was the pH tester, because when my upline showed me the pH test, I said I could do the thing. I could do the pH test in front of people. So I went to Enagic office and I bought $200 worth of pH tester. I said, I'm going to be doing this demonstration for a long, long time. I'm going to make sales and I'm going to make money. So that's what I did. I did demonstration from house to house for the next 90 days. That was 3 months. 3 months. Doing demo day and night. I would leave in the morning. I have to make money fast because I'm running out of money to pay my mortgage. My wife lost her job at the hospital, and from doing demonstration on the next 3 months, I became a 6A. 90 days, my first 3 months in the business, 6A. Okay, so I continued doing it. By the end of the year, that was 2006, my group has grown so big, they were doing over 500 machines per month. That was my first year. So I was able to come back financially. By the second year, okay, this is very important. I understood that the way you build a big organization in network marketing is that you should be able to duplicate what you do into a whole lot of people, okay, so that many people can do what you do. So at the time, like I said, there were no instructions, no videos. At the time, it was the DVD that people were using. You remember those flat DVD, like the CD-ROM, you know? So I put my story about what I did the first year, how to do the demonstration. I did my demonstration. I explained the compensation plan and put it on a DVD, and I give it to people, to many of my downlines, and they learn from it, and they use it to present also, because the demo is there, the compensation is there. And by the summer of the second year, my group was selling over 1,000 machines per month. And it just grew and grew and grew from there, and it grew all over the world. That used to be called Romi's Story, Romi's Story DVD. And today, you don't even need that DVD because times have changed. We have so many YouTube videos, you know. If you want to learn how to do the demonstration, you go to kangendemo.com, or you just go on YouTube and look for Kangen demonstration, and you see it all over YouTube video. People have done it so much like better than the way I used to do it like 15 years ago. So now, my rank today after 15 years is 6A12-6, and it means I have 12 different groups sideways. Now the DAS6, there's only 6 people in the whole world that have that DAS6 rank. It's myself, Sam Sia, Cynthia Briganti, and then my upline, JB, and 2 other people, okay? So there's only 6 of us. I have always wanted to be at the top of a network marketing company. So when I joined Enagic 15 years ago, Enagic was not my first network marketing company. I'm gonna be sharing with you like a lot of things, okay, in the next 45 minutes about what enabled me to be where I am today. Because you know what separates the leaders in Enagic, the top people in Enagic, okay, is their mindset, like the way they think. And hopefully from sharing with you what is that mindset that I have, you might be able to download it into your own mind, and it will help you into building your own kind of business, okay? Now, going back 20 years before I joined Enagic, I was already doing network marketing. Okay, I'm 64 years old today. Okay, but I started network marketing full time when I was 29 years old. Okay, 29 years old. What happened was when I was young in the Philippines, I grew up like poor. My mother never worked. My father was when I grew up, he was a waiter on a restaurant, you know, and then he became a government employee with a very low pay, and we were really hard up. I have 4 siblings, and the money that my father earns is just enough for us to buy food, you know. Not even enough to like pay for college when we grew up. So from a young age, like I just didn't like becoming poor. I don't like being poor. I see my uncle, my father's brother, like he's rich. He owns a grocery store. He owns like gasoline stations. He owns farms. He owns like cows, you know. So I said, I want to be like my uncle, a businessman, an entrepreneur. Okay, that is a very important mindset because that if you have a mindset that you really want to be wealthy, it will drive you. It will drive you to accomplishment. So I get out of college, I got married, went to the United States, and in the United States, when we went here, my wife and I, we came here with just $100 of borrowed money. I didn't have money, but we went to the United States anyway. I was 22 years old. And then I lost my dream of becoming an entrepreneur because I was new to the United States. I don't know anybody. I end up working in some like Dunkin' Donut place, and then work in a regular 9-to-5 job. And then when I was 28 years old, I was invited to a network marketing meeting. So that was a very eye-opening for me. I saw again that dream inside of me of making a lot of money because I learned that there's another way to earn money. Instead of being a 9-to-5 worker, I could be a network marketer, sell something, and make a lot of money like those people that I saw in that network marketing meeting. So the dream came back to me. Like I want to make a lot of money. I want to be rich. I can make it in America, but I don't know anybody in America. Okay, but then I know that I can learn. Now this is another very important thing. I knew that I have to be trained, so I listened to a lot of audio tapes on how to become a network marketer. I listened to, I read a lot of books of successful people. I became a student of self-development. That's very important. You should always be on a program of self-development, upgrading your mind, upgrading your enthusiasm, because building our Enagic business, it's not enough to be inspired. It's not enough to be motivated. You have to have the skill also of how to build this Enagic business, okay? It's a real network marketing, okay? Being a Kangen distributor is a real job, you know, it's a real work that requires skill. So for instance, to become a top doctor, a top lawyer, it requires so many like schools of learning, of studying, and you have to do better than everybody else. The same thing in network marketing, the same thing in being a Kangen distributor. You have to have a lot of time studying and developing the skill on how to build it. Okay, so what happened to me was I learned about network marketing when I was 28 years old. And then a year later, when I was 29, so I tested it part-time. By the time I was 29 years old, I said, that's it. I quit my job and I said, I'm just gonna do network marketing full time, if that's what it takes to make it big in network marketing, and I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna be rich. So it's that belief inside of me was there even when I was younger. In fact, I can recall when I was in my early 30s. Again, I was working in a real estate. Okay, so I'm on my own already in sales. I did a lot of selling. I did real estate. I did life insurance. I did Amway. I did Melaleuca. I did Herbalife and other network marketing. But I remember at my office, I have a picture frame. At the back of my office is a picture of like dollars, you know, money. And then there's a note there that says, my first million. Okay? So even at a young age, I'm already shooting for my first million, because I learned from the books, I learned from people who made it. If you can make your first million, and then the second, the third, and the fourth million becomes easy. You know, you just have to be able to make that first one, and the rest follows. So that's I work for it. Okay, so I learned about time management. I learned about goal setting. I learned about planning. I read all the books that I could read about becoming a salesperson. Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn, Anthony Robbins, you name it. I have a collection. Agmandino. At the time, there were no YouTube videos like today. You had to buy their audio tapes. It's so expensive. Like I remember buying audio tapes for $120 for like a set of like 6 audio tapes. You know? So like I said, it's very important that you develop your skill. It's not just enthusiasm. You have to develop the skill. So 20 years, like I would for 20 years before Enagic, that was my schooling on how to build a big organization. Okay, but what was happening was I would join a company, and then the company will have problems, and then I would stop. Or I would join a company and I could not make it. Like for instance, when I first started in this company called Amway, I was asked to put together some meetings, and after my second meeting, one person joined me, and I still could not make any money. I think I made $8 for a few months. I said, I quit. I don't like this anymore. But then this thing got stuck to my mind. The idea that it was from Ford Gehry. He said from Henry Ford, I would rather earn 1% of 100 men's effort than 100% of my own effort. You know, so I'm always looking at that idea where if I could recruit 5 people, and those 5 people will recruit 5 each, that's gonna be 25 people, right? And then if those 25 people recruit 5 each, that's gonna be 125 people. If those 125 people recruit 5 each, that's gonna be 600. It goes to like 3,000 something. Okay, to make the long story short, that remained in my mind. Like I'm gonna keep finding a company. I'm gonna keep working until I'm able to build a huge organization. Okay. One time somebody asked me. Okay, it was actually Bernard Chan. He came to my house in New York. Okay. By the way, from doing this Enagic, I lost count of how many houses I already built and buy because of this Kangen. I'm staying right now here in the Philippines. I have 4 houses in New York. The last house I bought in New York is a huge, beautiful house by the beach. You know, one of the most beautiful houses in New York City. It's near a marina. We have a boat. You could go boating by the Statue of Liberty. It's overlooking the ocean. It's like, I was asked Romy, did you ever doubt that you will make it big in a company or succeed in did you ever doubt that maybe you're not gonna make it? Because after 20 years of trying, I still could not make it. Yeah. Before I joined Enagic, I made some money, but then I lose the group, and then I'm broke again. So before Enagic, I was still so broke. But I told him, I told Bernard, no, I never doubted that I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. For some reason, I've always believed that I'm gonna make it. So it's very important that you keep that faith. Once you lose the faith, that's it for you. Like you quit and you lose your chance. We only live once. You gotta make the most of it. Okay. So I was broke. I joined Enagic, and sure enough, I made it in Enagic. So don't ever give up on your dream. Now, why sometimes I myself, I wonder why I never lose my faith that I can make it big and I can make the millions, you know. I never lost that faith. And looking back now, I learned that faith, okay, it's all about faith. So I become a student of faith. How do you believe? In fact, I read this book, The Magic of Believing. Okay, when I was in my 30s, The Magic of Believing. I read that book. And then I studied and learned a whole lot about faith, because you have to hold on to your faith. I'm a Bible reader. I read a lot about Jesus saying that if you have faith, you can move mountains. You know, you can say to this mountain, move, and it will move if you have faith, like as big as a mustard seed. So I become a student of faith. Now, when I joined Enagic and I shoot for 6A in the next 3 months from the time I joined Enagic, I really did it. And how did I do it? I just went out there doing demo from morning till night. I would leave house 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'll go home at night, like about midnight. I remember times when I would just park my car on the side of the road because I was so sleepy, like driving home, you know. I remember one time I was in Chicago, my friend and I, Franny, he's one of the top distributors today also. The policeman stopped us on the road thinking that we were drunk. and then he found out we were just so sleepy driving home, you know, from doing a Kangen demo like till late at night. So I was doing on the average 2 demonstrations every single day. Yeah. Now, if I look back, I have my calendar. Sometimes I show my calendar on my slides, you know, and it shows there that I was doing about 40 demos a month. So that's about 1.5 for the next 3 months. So for 3 months, I did 120 demos. Now, those 120 demos, in the beginning, many of them are one-on-ones. Now, once a person buy, I would tell that person, okay, why don't you invite your friends to the house, and let's do the demonstration. I will do the demonstration, and if anybody buys, this is how much you're going to make. Okay, so I explained the compensation plan. So the person will invite friends. I will come and do the demo. So if you look on my first 3 months, 120 demos, and then if you multiply it by 3 or 4, because later on, after the first months, it became group meetings instead of one-on-one, okay? So for the first 3 months, 120 demos times 3 or 4 is approximately 500 people, 500 prospects. So I exposed the opportunity to 500 prospects on my first 3 months. Out of the 500 prospects, 400 did not buy, 100 bought. I became a 6A. That's how you become a 6A. Okay, it's all a numbers game. Now, earlier this week, somebody commented on my Facebook. Said, Romi, you become successful because you know a lot of people. Like, I don't know a lot of people. How can I become successful? Okay, here's what I'm saying. I did not know a lot of people when I started network marketing. Okay, like I said, I'm 29 years old. I came from the Philippines. I went to New York. I didn't know anybody except my wife's family. So what did I do? I learned how to prospect. Okay, and I started circulating myself until I get to know a lot of people. I collected business cards of people. I list down their names, their phone numbers, everybody I meet. I list down. I don't lose names. I have a notebook. I put everybody's names on it because I learned that in network marketing, you have to learn some basics. Okay, the first basic you need to learn is prospecting. You have to be a good prospector. Like that's your entrance into your big future, into your big organization. If you don't master the art of prospecting, you're not gonna make it. Okay. Second, you have to master is the sales presentation. You have to learn how to become a salesman. Okay. There's a psychology. There's a way that you present that will make people want to buy what you're selling, that will make people join you. Okay, so now if you want to master that, like I said, you just go to YouTube video and watch all the Kangen demonstration that those distributors are doing on YouTube. It's all over the YouTube video now. Third thing you need to master is the compensation plan. How do you show the opportunity? Okay, because the opportunity is what makes a lot of people join this business. They want to have what you have. They want to know how much they're gonna earn if they do the business. They want to see the big picture of the business. People who are big thinkers, you cannot just show them like the 6 points plan. You're gonna show all the way to that 6. That's what I do. When I show the compensation plan, I don't really go into like very detailed. I just go through the different ranks all the way to that 6 where I am. Okay, because they have to see the big picture. Sometimes I see that some people would say, no, let me just explain how to go to 3A or 4A or 5A or maybe 6A, and that's it. The other ones, let's show it later. No, show everything. You know? Then you have to learn how to motivate your people. Okay, lead them to lead this Zoom telecast to the events. Okay, to the different gurus in the internet, inspirational speakers. Okay, you're gonna learn to motivate them, and then you have to learn how to empower them. Your Kangen distributors are like, once you develop some downlines, they're like your soldiers. You're gonna show them the gun, how to shoot, and show them the ropes on how to build the business. Okay. What I do sometimes on like out of state people is I really go out there and show them how to go to people's homes and how to do the demo in other people's homes. Okay. Now, what about the internet? Internet marketing. I would say times are changing. Okay, when I started 15 years ago, like I said, there wasn't much on the internet about Kangen, so I have to survive and create that DVD. Okay, and that DVD I distributed to my downlines. If I look on my calendar, how many DVDs I have mailed out to people. That was 2007 when I did that. My calendar showed I have mailed out 40,000 DVDs. I actually bought a DVD duplicator and I hired my eldest son to duplicate them for me, mail them at the post office every day. 40,000 in 2007. That was my second year. Now you don't even need the DVD. You know, you don't even need to mail them. You send people an email and you attach the YouTube video and they could watch it. Or you do the Zoom like what we're doing now. Like I said, I have seen how this network marketing business evolved through the years. From the time where there were no email, we had to do everything by regular mail, no cell phones, you know. To today, it's so easy. It's so easy to build a network marketing because you can communicate to as many people as, so quickly. There are a lot of people now, younger Kangen distributors, who are going in rank even faster than I used to because they're able to use the internet. Okay, I would say, especially now with this coronavirus pandemic that happens, the platform, the way of doing business is changed forever. Changed forever. Everybody who wants to become a Kangen distributor, I say, would have to learn how to do internet marketing. Use the internet in order to contact people, to motivate their downlines, to do presentation, okay? And I have seen, okay, I have seen it happen through my own son, Jason. You can look at his Facebook, Jason Verdera. My son, Jason, is a different breed of network marketer than me, okay? I got him started into this Kangen business years ago. But then I really told him, you have to learn how to do it on the internet because that's the trend now. I don't think we'll ever go back to the, we will still do face-to-face, okay? But a person who doesn't know how to use the computer, the internet, Zoom, and all these things will be at a disadvantage if you don't master it. It's another skill that a Kangen distributor have to really master, okay? My son Jason, to tell you how I would admit that I myself is kind of slow in learning this thing. One time he's in our dining room on a laptop, in front of a laptop, talking to somebody, and I said, Jason, how come you're not doing the demonstration in front of your person on top of the dining table? And Jason told me, Dad, I don't have to do that. I can just show them a video on the laptop. You know? I said, oh, all right. I mean, that's how backward I became. So I watched my son do it. He's almost a dust tree now, my son Jason. And one time he went to California, okay, because it's very cold in New York during winter. So we want to stay away from New York from the month of December actually to April, okay? It's too cold, it's freezing, you know? And we're near the ocean became ice, you know, that's how cold it is. So he moved to California, rented an apartment with his wife and 2 kids, and he just worked this energetic business in a new place in California where he didn't know anybody. And the business continues through his laptop. You know? I mean, this past few months, this year, 2020, he spent a month in Australia. Again, he brings all his family, his wife and his 2 kids. Then he went to Ecuador for like a month or 2. Then he went to Mexico. He's in Cancun right now, Playa del Carmen. He get locked down there since March. You know, he went there for vacation for a month. And he's staying on a beach house. He's right by the beach in a nice place with a swimming pool on top. And he's been there 3 months now. And I asked him, I said, Jason, so how's your Kangen business? Dad, I do it on the laptop. I do it on the internet. Like, it's just the same. He could go anywhere in the world and looks like he's going on vacation, but he's really building the business over the internet. and be on vacation at the same time. I watch his Facebook. He's always congratulating the new people that joined his group. You know, he's always got new people joining the group, and he gets them on the internet. He's able to train his downlines to use the internet. Now, here is my caution. If you are to learn from other people how to build this Kangen business on the internet, okay? Because there are so many people out there that will tell you, oh, you buy my program, you know, and you pay $50 or whatever, $80, $100 every month. I'll teach you how to get hundreds of leads every day on the internet, blah, blah, blah. And you go into this program, and those people themselves who tells you that they will teach you to make money on the internet, they cannot sell Kangen machines. You know, they could not convert their leads into customers or into distributors. So don't follow an internet guru who cannot sell a Kangen machine. Okay, make sure if you follow somebody, make sure it's somebody who succeeded in doing Enagic, and he is able to use his internet knowledge into building his business. Like, don't go for anybody who's out there just selling the program to you, saying he will tell you how you could make a lot of money on the internet. Okay, so that's about the internet. Now, during this coronavirus, I would say season, some people are saying, "Oh, what's going to our business now? You know, our business will suffer because a lot of people will be out of job." I think 25 million people in America are out of job already. Everywhere you go, people are being laid off. Okay, I'm telling you, March was the first month where everything was locked down. A lot of countries are locked down. I've been locked down here in the Philippines. I could not go anywhere. New York's locked down March. And by the end of April, first week of May, we get our checks. My check from Enagic is just the same. It even grew bigger for the month of March when everything is locked down. Now, April, I heard from my son, Jason, that we did good in April. So it's this being locked down is not in any way slowing down a lot of distributors' businesses. You know, we did just as good in the United States. Okay, I don't know the figures from different places, but and then if you look back, okay, I started joining Enagic in 2006, and if you remember, there was a big financial crisis in the United States, actually all over the world, in 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, those years after I joined Enagic. Those were the years of financial crisis in America, where people are losing jobs, they're losing their homes, real estate went down, a lot of companies goes bankrupt, people's savings gets slashed in half, money that they saved all their lives in their jobs, all of a sudden, because they are invested in stocks and mutual funds, with the financial crisis, there's some people's savings were gone, their lifetime savings. Some people's savings were cut in half. Money that they saved for like all their lives were cut in half. Okay, so if you think, how could you do business during years of financial crisis? I'm telling you, my Kangen business was going up and up and up year after year during the financial crisis. That's actually when I built this Enagic business for myself during those financial crises. It didn't slow down. Like, for instance, today, people are saying, oh, 25 million people lost their job in America because of the coronavirus. Okay. Now, if you look at the numbers, they're saying that the rate of unemployment in America at this coronavirus jumped from, I think, 2 or 3% to 13%. So it doesn't matter if 13% become unemployed, you still have the 87% of the population that have jobs. So it's not really a problem. Okay, this coronavirus, I believe, will make our business grow bigger. The reason why is now everybody want to wash their fruits and vegetables with Kangen water. We've been telling that even before coronavirus. You have to wash your fruits and vegetables, with Kangen water. Now with the coronavirus, everybody would want to wash their fruits and vegetables with coronavirus. So it's a big opportunity. And at the same time, I would say this will boost up our business, because now every distributor will have to learn, is going to adjust and learn how to build their business on the internet. And we see how these millennials people now, these younger people, they're building their business on the internet faster than us, the older generation of Kangen distributors. Okay, because we built our business the hard way, like really face to face, house to house, like it's like an ancient way now. Everything is getting digital. Give you an example. Many companies, many stores, they're closing because Amazon.com, because they're selling digitally, they are getting business from a lot of people, and their stocks went up while most companies' stocks went down. Amazon's stock went up during this coronavirus. The people who invested in Amazon.com, they made so much money. So we have to really learn how to do this thing digitally. Okay, now I was asked one time, how about sharing water to people? Do I share water to people? Okay, I would say there are two types of people you're looking for in this Enagic business. Okay, one is you're looking for people who will be users. There are people who will buy the machine just because of the water, and no matter what you do, they don't care about the business. They don't want to do the business. They just want to be healthy. Okay, that's one type. And then you have this other type of people who want to do the business. Okay, they're business builders. Now, in my case, I would say this is a very important tip. The reason why my organization grew so big so fast is because of my mindset that I am looking for business builders all the time. Okay, I'm not looking for sick people. I'm not looking for people really who just want to drink the water. I want to find people, and I want to spend time with people who wants to build the business. Okay, like I would rather find one person who will bring in 100 customers or recruits than me finding 100 people myself who would do nothing after they buy from me. Okay, because you can see out there's so many people who are 6As. Okay, they work so hard to become 6As, but the people that they brought in, many of them doesn't want to do the business, or maybe they were not just motivated the right way or taught the right way, and people could have the rank of 6A and still have nobody helping them build the business. Okay, so I would say always bear in mind that you have to be on the outlook to find business builders if you want to build your business fast. So now, as far as giving water to people, I know that there are some people who have a problem giving water because the people they give water just keep on asking for more water, and it's been weeks and months and they're still not buying the machine. Okay, me personally, okay, I'm just sharing you what I do. I know that different leaders have different ways of building the business. I don't share the water more than, like, I would say 3 times. The first time I might deliver it to you, hand it over to you. The second time you have to get it from my house, okay? And the third time is the last time you're getting it. After a person have bought 3 times, I mean, had drunk the water 3 times, they would know if they really want the machine, okay? But like me personally, because I run around too much, I really don't have the time to deliver water to people. It's just like impossible, you know. If you want to build the business big and fast, you have to move on with people who are willing to work with you. I would rather have one person who is committed than a lot of people who are just interested. That, again, there's a difference between a committed person and an interested person. For instance, from my Facebook, I have a long time friend who told me from seeing my Facebook page, said, Romi, this Kangen business of yours, I'm interested. Okay, remember what I said? I'm not interested in interested people. I'm only interested in committed people. Okay, so I told that person in Chicago, okay, if you're really interested, I'm gonna send you links, YouTube links, and you watch them all, okay? And then we'll talk again. So I sent him a few links to watch, and right there, from watching the links, he bought a machine. I said, why don't you go to Chicago office, okay, and buy the machine there? I gave him the address. He went there and bought the machine. And then he said he really is like interested. He really wants to do it. So I told him, okay, this is what we do. I'm gonna fly to Chicago, but I want you to arrange appointments for us to go over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We're gonna start at like 9 o'clock in the morning, up to maybe 10 o'clock at night. You schedule our appointment like 3 hours apart. I'll do the demo maybe an hour and a half. The most will be 2 hours. We have 1 hour in between to go to the next appointment, you know. So this couple, what they did was they even took off from work Friday, both of them. Said, okay, you fly down here Thursday, and Friday morning we start. Okay, so Friday morning, they pick me up from the hotel. I usually check in at a hotel near the prospect. Okay, I went with them Friday. They saw how I did the demonstration. Okay, all day Friday, and then all day Saturday. By Sunday, they're doing the demos themselves because they've seen me for 2 days already. They're talking to the people. By Monday, they picked up like 5 machines from the office. We sold 5 during that weekend. And then I left. So by the time I left Chicago, they continued doing the demo themselves, and they became 6A on their own. The Chicago downline. But that's how I train people. I show them how it's done. Okay, you're gonna show them. What's your greatest? Okay, I'm looking at some questions here. Okay, sometimes I'm asked, what is the biggest factor to success? Okay, to how why I became successful. I would say it is the hunger, the desire, you know, the desire to really be rich. You have to have that inside of you. Okay, I know that some people who are watching may have the goal of just, oh, I just want to make some extra money so I could pay my phone bill, or I could buy a new television, or maybe buy a car, or pay my mortgage. Okay, let me tell you how it happened to me. Like even when I was younger, okay, one of my downline since the beginning was a guy named Joe Reed. Okay, Joe Reed is the upline of Tamiya Cologne, Tamiya Bitea, Anna Wilshire, most of the East Coast United States top distributors. They're all under Joe Reed. And many years ago, when I was so broke, like I did not even have a cell phone. I could not afford the cell phone. I remember it was $34 a month in the United States. And I was turned down. I did not have any credit. I could not get a cell phone in America. And Joe invited me to a network marketing meeting somewhere, I forgot what state it was. And they flew me out there, okay? And this guy have a beautiful house on top of a mountain, like overlooking the city. And he's got like a Lamborghini. He has a house, a swimming pool, big swimming pool outside, a big like cabana. It's like a bar outside the house. We tour inside that. But I saw, I mean, how this network marketing guy is living his life. I saw how rich he is. And from that time on, I said to myself, I'm not gonna stop until I get something like this, like him. I'm gonna be like this guy. And that was, even when I was so broke and I was younger. I want to have a huge house with a big swimming pool outside, with a cabana, drive nice car, and that intense desire, that dream never got away from me. You had to dream, you know, because that keeps. And then I read a lot of biographies of rich people. Okay, I read the owner of Honda. Okay, Ford Getty, Henry Ford, the Think and Grow Rich. Most recently, I read Elon Musk. Elon Musk. If you don't know Elon Musk, he's like the Einstein of our century. Elon Musk is a young guy from Africa. He's, I think he's Canadian, but he didn't like the way of life in Africa, so he went to Canada, he went to America, and he read a lot of books. And Elon Musk today owns Tesla. He owns SpaceX, like this exploration in space. He owns that company. Like what NASA could not do, he could do. And I remember one time he was instrumental in setting up the PayPal. Okay, they sold it. That's where he made his first money. But he wanted to fly. Okay, and this is a very good ending. He wanted to fly a spaceship in space, okay? And he had $100 million. He went to Russia and the Russian said, no, with $100 million, you have one shot at building a spaceship and it will blow and that's it, your $100 million is gone. But he did not give up his dream. So because Russia will not do it for him, he went back to New York, read again a lot of books, hired his own people, built his own spaceship. A few seconds after taking off from ground, it blew up. So what did he do? He went back and started, he saved a lot of money doing it himself. He saved a lot, he tried again, blew up again. And then he was on national television. Said, don't you think you should quit? Like making a spaceship is not for individuals, it's for countries, you know. Said, no, I don't quit. That's what he said. He tried it up again. This time it worked. After it worked, he got billions of dollars of contracts from different countries and from the United States, from NASA themselves, to bring some stuff. So here's what I'm saying. He tried, and it cost him millions of dollars to build those spacecrafts, you know, that will fly in space and go back to Earth. That's what makes it different. Some Kangen distributors will try to sell machines And after a few try, they would say, I don't want to do this business anymore. This business doesn't work. And I would say, so how many did you try to sell to? Like 3, 4 of my friends. So after a few people saying they don't want to buy, people quit, you know. See the difference of the mindset of those who don't quit, like Elon Musk. That's why he owns Tesla and SpaceX owns things. Like, you have to have the mindset that you will never quit. There are some people that work with me earlier in Enagic who told me, okay, Romi, if we leave this company, if we leave you, they're my top people in my own organization. They said, when we leave this company, you're on your own. Your check will go down. Say, you should quit because there's so many competition on the internet, so many companies selling the same product a lot cheaper all over the internet. They were telling me that 15 years ago. So this thing that you see on the internet, selling cheap machines, why distributors quit, that's nothing new. I had that since I was in the business 15 years ago. So for years, and then after 3-4 years, they quit. They made a big mistake. Those people who quit today, I see their organization behind them that they left grew so big. They lost millions and millions of dollars just because they quit. They should have stayed. They should have stayed. Okay, so that's my last word. Never ever quit Enagic. I think my time is up, Sam, right? I'm telling you, this is the best. We have the best president, COO, Mr. Oshiro. We have the best company. We have 40 offices around the world. We have the best product. It's the product that everybody owns in the world today.
Wonderful sharing,
I don't see any other business better than ours.
You got any more?
Thank you so much,
share?
Romi.
Yeah. One last thing. Okay. I've always believed, like, remember that fate I was talking about? This universe, this world does not belong to us. There is a God who owns this. All my inspiration, all my skill would have put to waste if God did not send me the right people to work with me. Because I have seen many people that was with me doing network marketing from the time I was young. They were a lot better than myself. They were good network marketers, good speakers, good salesmen. They built big businesses. But today, as we grew old, many of them have nothing to show. Many of them are died broke. You know, many of them are alive still and broke, and they're a lot better than myself. So what I believe is there is a God whom I ask every day to send me the people that I can work with, and He really does send it to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Romi.
Right. You're welcome.
Let's
give a big round of applause to Romi.
Yes, let's
for his great sharing.
Let's give
He's
Romi
a great inspiration to many of us. He's got a lot of gems. He somehow says we don't have to be perfect to get started in Kangen. Wonderful, Romi. Sam, are we going to allow people to ask questions so that Romi can?
There are. They can ask questions through the chat room. So we have to filter the question because sometimes a lot of questions are not relevant to today's topic. Correct. There's one question here which I feel is very, very relevant. Okay, Romi, there's a question from Nageshwar Shukla, who's a 6A12-2 in India. His question is this. It's a very simple question to answer, actually. How do you manage such a big organization, Romi?
Okay. Again, I always go back to things I learned when I was younger. There's something called delegation. Okay? Delegation. If you do not delegate, you die. All big leaders, even politicians, world leaders, the government, they run the business through other people. Okay, I could go on vacation for a whole month, for a whole year. Like, see the one I'm doing now. We're doing a Zoom conference. I did this yesterday with another group. Tomorrow I'm gonna do it, I think, with the New York group. Friday, I think, with some group from Europe. So I'm doing Zoom through different groups inviting me to do it. When you find people, okay, and you find eagles in your group, those eagles will fly on their own. Okay, which means I don't have to manage their business. Okay, when you find an eagle, the eagle person will tell you, just show me how to do it, and they don't even want to like be sometimes be led by you. They're leaders in their own turf, So many of my top people are like that. They're leaders in their own turf, and I don't even have to do anything. Like Sam, many of people are like Sam.
Thank you, Romi. And
You're
may I
welcome.
also add to the same question? Okay, the beautiful part about the nature of our business is this: you don't have to manage them.
Yes.
Because we're dealing with entrepreneurs. We're not dealing with employees. If you're employees, you have to motivate them to get things done.
Yes.
We are very fortunate with this in this industry because we all are entrepreneurs. Okay, we may need to give some guidance to our team members, but everybody is self-motivated, and that's the beautiful part about our business, and that is a beautiful part of our business. We don't have to manage them; they manage themselves. All the leaders manage themselves. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Any other questions there that you can see, Michael?
Yeah, there's a simple question here from somebody who's asked Romi to give some golden tips on how to bring in more business people into Enagic.
How to bring business people into Enagic?
Yes, that's right, Romi.
Okay. Business people, okay, they are a different breed of people. They want to follow leaders, especially leaders who are strong. Okay, they have a certain kind of like pride, something like that. So for you as a Kangen distributor to attract business people, you really have to undergo a whole lot of self-development. You have to think like those business people. That's why I was saying that I'm a reader of biographies, biographies of real successful people. Because once you open your mouth, they will know if there's something in your brain. Okay, they could feel it, they could sense it. Okay, so you have to work on yourself first if you want to recruit, if you want to concentrate on business people. Okay, you have to work on yourself first.
Okay.
Are there any other questions?
But here's a personal question. Someone asked, how did you bring Cynthia into your line?
How did I bring Cynthia into my line? Okay. Again, before Enagic, like I mentioned, I've been in different companies for 20 years, okay, since I was young. So Cynthia is one of the network marketers that I knew in different companies. Like we never worked together, me and Cynthia, but I knew her as a network marketer and as a successful one. So when I was going to California to look at Enagic, she was the first one I thought about. I said, if I could get this lady, I'm gonna be so lucky. But I knew her from another company. Like there was a company that we were together, and then we were on a convention, like a vacation trip in some islands in the Caribbean, and I was with Cynthia, and we became friends there. So when I got to Inagic, I called her up and tried to get her. And actually, she went with me, not because she wanted to join me. She went with me because she wanted to recruit me into her company. After we went to Inagic, she brought me to the president of her other company. But it didn't work out that way. I got her instead. Okay, this is how I got Cynthia. Okay. She did not join me when I brought her to the Kangen meeting. Okay, because she was very good in that other company. She's a little bit high up there too. And then 5 weeks later, after I started recruiting and selling, I became, no, 6 weeks later, a month and a half, I became a 5A. So I had my 50 sales in 6 weeks. So I called back Cynthia. I said, Cynthia, remember that company I brought you with? I already sold 50 machines. You know? I told her how much I made with the 50 machines. And then she said, can you explain that over to me again? And then she joined. It's a good thing that she joined, because then I was a 5A then, you know. If she joined me when I was 1A, then I would have earned 1 point. But it's a good thing she joined 6 weeks later. I was already a 5A. I was getting 5 points. That's how I got her. So follow-up is very important. That's the lesson there.
Thank you, thank you. Follow-up is the key, as you say. Good.
Follow-up
Here's
and a good story. You know, a good
Yes.
story. They have a good story.
Here's a simple question someone asked. What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear?
Yes.
Okay. One thing I have learned to become a very spiritual person. Even when I was young, I think I developed through the year. It comes to a point that I don't fear anything. I have no fear at all. I don't fear about losing anything, including my own life. If I die, I go to heaven. So it doesn't matter. I'm where I am, because this is where God put me at this particular moment. So I'm locked down in the Philippines because this is where God wants me. And I like it here too, instead of New York. I'm enjoying my
Michael?
lockdown here in the Philippines.
Yes.
Michael,
Sam?
there's a question here from a few people. I would like to get Chin Xiaofeng to come on the Zoom call and ask his question to Romi directly. So Chin, are you ready?
Yes. Romi, Chin here.
Hi, Chin.
I was at your house, remember?
Yeah, I remember, yes.
Okay, there was a story that you tell us about your house, how you get the house. Can you share it with us? Sam, can I just share the photos here? This is relevant.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hang on. Heyman, can you
Okay.
allow him to share
I think it's
screen?
okay. Yeah.
You can share screen.
There's a good...
All right. Okay. So I was at Romi's house, and he showed us this photo. He showed us this photo, and this photo is some of the houses that he wanted to buy, but end up he bought this house. He bought this house. So and this photo it was taken a few years before he bought the house.
Yes.
Romi, can you share with us this story? It's about visualizations, right?
Yeah. There's a lesson about this also, okay? Even when I was younger, remember I was talking about a picture of $1 million on my wall, and I'm saying to myself, this will be my first million, okay? That's true with everything. You have to have what's called a dream board. A dream board is a collage of how you see your future life will be. And the way it works is when you have this dream board, the house you want to live on, the car you like to drive, the amount of money you want to make, the places you want to go on vacation, you know, how big your business would be, they all have to become clear in your head. What happens is it becomes an assignment into your subconscious. And because your subconscious have that assignment, it will come out with different ideas on how to make it come true. Okay, so years before I owned this house, I cut 3 pictures of houses and posted it on my wall and said, I want to live in a house like that. I actually wanted a house by the ocean. I've always wanted it. Every time my wife and I would go on vacation to Hawaii, to the Philippines, to Boracay, to like Asia, we always stayed near the beach, you know. And I always wanted to have a house near the beach. So I thought in the beginning that I will own a house by the beach in Asia, maybe in the Philippines, because it's cheaper. But I put those pictures of houses by the beach in New York. It's a beach house. And sure enough, when I posted that in my wall, that was just like a wild dream, okay? Again, the universe, I learned this from that book, Think and Grow Rich. The universe sometimes say, if you don't quit, you know, and you really want it, the universe will say, this guy is not gonna quit. Let's just give it to him. You know? And the universe gave this house to me. One day, my wife and I said, wow, why don't we go to the owner of that house and see if I mean, let's figure out how we could buy it. And we went, and it's like, I have to have this house, you know. And that was the beginning of the negotiation. It took a year, okay, before I got the house. It was so much hurdles. And after the year, we got the house. That was 2015. Okay, so that's 5 years ago. But then again, if I did not put that house in my dream board, I probably would not have went to that house. I probably did not own that house today. But it was on my dream board and it came true. There's this sales marketing guru. His name is John Assaraf. He do training on the internet. You should follow him on YouTube, John Assaraf. Same thing happened to him. 10 years later, the picture that he put on his dream board, this was 10 years, you know. The house that he bought, it's not the exact house, but it looks almost like the house on his dream board.
Thank you, Romi.
There's a house here in the Philippines that I drew that became my house also. Drew years ago.
Thank you, Romi. Romi, there's a question here. The question is, do you meditate?
Yes. Meditation is very important. In fact, I was just watching a video today, YouTube video, saying that most of the billionaires wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Most billionaires wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Because in the morning, your mind is at a certain like state where it is so clear, okay? It's so clear. Now, meditation, I learned that there are different meditations, you know. It means different to different people. There are people who consider meditations as simply breathing in, breathing out, like clearing your mind, you know, clearing your mind. So that's one form of meditation, you clear. But in my case, the reason why you clear your mind with everything is because you want to have a clearer picture of something. Okay, for instance, Anthony Robbins meditates for 10 minutes every morning as he wakes up. He said he spends the first 3 minutes thanking God for everything that he has. This is Anthony Robbins, the first 3 minutes. The second 3 minutes, he meditates on the things he wants to accomplish today. He wants to make it clear, what do I want to accomplish today? The next 3 minutes. The other 3 minutes, I leave it to you to watch. Because I forgot. But what I'm saying is, all this goal setting, planning, dreaming, you have to spend a quiet time every day and meditate on it and visualize it. The subconscious mind doesn't know what is real and what is not real. Okay? What you meditate, the subconscious mind thinks it is real and it makes it real. It finds a way to make it real. That's why if you are afraid, what you are afraid of might happen to you. So don't be afraid. It actually connects with the question earlier. What are you most afraid of, Romi? I said nothing. I'm not afraid of anything. Because your subconscious mind will make happen what you're afraid of. You know? So that's my meditation. I spend a lot of meditation all day long.
Okay.
I would just sit down, you know, like I have a couch here. I would sit down in the couch and just sit down there and keep quiet and pray and think. Okay. Now, most of my meditation actually is like connecting to God, the owner of the universe. You know? It's like those monks in the mountain that says, "Aum, aum." They're like wiping everything so that there's nothing in between you and God. Everything that you're thinking of, you drop. Everything is clear. And then you bring your request, but you don't even have to bring it. He knows it. You know?
Michael, do you see any other relevant questions which have been asked?
Most of it has been answered. There's one gentleman who asked about doing online business 100%. I think Romi has covered this part here quite well already. Not many other questions. Because Romi really did a very good sharing session today.
Yeah,
new and also seasoned.
Yeah. Let me clarify that once more. Doing business on the internet 100%, okay, make sure, okay, if you're not used to it, you don't do the transition instantly, okay? Keep doing what you're doing that works, okay? And then learn the internet marketing, and I would say slowly move into it. You cannot not learn it, because that's where we're going, okay? But don't drop what you're doing that works, thinking that I'm gonna learn internet marketing this week or this 2 weeks and this month, and then you end up with no sale, you know, because that's something new to me. Internet marketing is a very, very like complicated skill. I'm telling you, it's not easy, but it's
right.
Thank you very much, Roma. Actually, most of the chats I see praises for you, thanking you for the great sharing, wonderful sharing.
Anyway,
anything else you see, Sam?
We can't answer all the questions here because we are also running out of time. Thank you so much. Let's all give a big hand to Romi for his great share. Thank you so much, Romi. We always it's so enriching to have you in this call with us. I'd just like to speak a bit on the events which is coming up next week. Now, next week on Monday and Tuesday at 4 p.m. Malaysian time, which is, that will be 3 p.m. in Philippines and Indonesia. Hang on, sorry, no. In Indonesia and Thailand, 3 p.m. And it's 1:30 in India and 12 o'clock in Dubai. We will be having a special session with a mentor of Bernard Chan and myself, Skip Archimedes. We sent out the flyer a few days ago. Now, what Skip will be talking about is how to handle this situation with the COVID-19 situation. So it is an event which I am very confident will greatly benefit everybody here. So do tune in, do mark it down in the calendar to come in for this is a 2-day session. Each day is a 90-minute session. This is a free session, 2 free sessions. So do come in on that, and we will see you then. I will be sending out a video message of Bernard Chan and myself in the next 2 days sometime. And also, so mark it down, that's happening on Monday and Tuesday. And next week, I want to introduce our speaker of the week for next week. He is none other than Mr. Heman Kumar. Heman, are you there to just come on to say hi to the people here? Heman?
Hi, it was a surprise. Hi everyone. Sam.
So Heman will be will be the speaker of the week next week. So we certainly look forward to hearing from Heman. And so that's it from us. I'm gonna now. Is there anything else you want to add, Michael?
No, other than giving another big round of applause traditionally, to Romi as our guest speaker. He did very, very well today. And I think if possible, we may even have to invite him in future for more sharing. And also thanks to Diana and also our technical team and all those who did their sharing today. Please stay healthy. We'll see you next week. And finally, big round of applause. Thanks to Sam, our team leader, and Cora for arranging all of these wonderful sessions. Thank you very much. See you.
Right.
Next week.
Okay. So thank you once again, Romi. We are going to unmute the audio for everybody to say the thank you, to say their byes, and
thank you, Romi.
Thank you.
Greeting from Bhutan.
Thank you.
Powerful sharing, Romi. So encouraged.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Keep meditating. All of you, please meditate. Thank you.
Thanks million, Romi sir.
Thank you.
Romi, bye.
Thank you.
Your side. Thank you very much.
Romi, Sam, and Michael for your great time. And long live Kangen and long live Kangen team. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Thank you. God happened to us in the form of a magic.
Thank you.
See you all
Thank you,
guys.
next week.
Have a lovely weekend. See you on Monday.
Thank you.